Hey guys, welcome back. We are doing your next blessing, Sagittarius. Alright, let's get started. Don't mind the mess. This angle is horrible, but whatever. Okay, Sagittarius, your next blessing. What? Your next blessing is blessings. Yeah. So your next blessings is actually blessings and then focused. I feel like you guys are hyper focused and then embracing. This is giving like after a fire, like the ashes after a fire, after after something very serious or something very just like when a house burns down, or like when just shit out, honestly, like it kind of it implodes. I was gonna say explodes, but I said implodes. So there could have been something serious that happened. There could have been just, and it doesn't mean it has to be like serious, but for you guys it was serious, right? It was something that was very serious. And it's almost like you're burning things to the ground, or there was a tower moment that kind of burnt things to the ground. And I feel like you guys are doing that right now, and because of that you guys are going to be receiving blessings. I do feel like you guys are going to be getting a lot of help with whatever it is that you guys are trying. You know how when there's a catastrophe or there's a natural disaster, and there's a lot of like posts and places where you can go, where you can get help. You can get like shoes, excuse me, I have the hiccups for some reason. You can get clothes, they have those like food, shelter, that kind of thing. I'm getting a lot of people that care about you, and even some maybe strangers. Like I'm getting even like some of you guys going to like food banks, just getting help from the community. And you're getting a lot of love poured in. I feel like you guys are getting a lot of support from people that know you and people that don't know you, right? And right now that's kind of making you laser focused. Whatever it is, it's almost like, you know what? Whatever just happened just opened my eyes. I feel like you guys might have been stuck in a situation, or in situations where you were kind of just, I was gonna say where you felt like you had no options, where you were sitting in kind of dealing with, you've kind of sat in the negativity of it, right? But when I was gonna say that, I heard in my mind, no, they did have options. They just weren't, they were settled in the, again, negativity of it. And if that doesn't make sense to you, it means that you were comfortable in the pain, okay? And so I feel like whatever it was that has happened in your life, whatever it was that burned down, has now, sorry guys, has now put you on focus. You know what? I wasn't gonna say it because I did sit here for about 10 minutes. I sat here for about 10 minutes, and I didn't want to do your reading. I thought, oh, I don't want to do Sagittarius's reading. I have no problems with any Sagittariuses. I know a ton of Sagittariuses, and I love them all. It wasn't a me thing. I could tell that this was a you guys energy. It's almost like you didn't have the motivation, the want, or the exact push that you needed to go out there and do what it is that you have to do. And the universe kind of said, okay, so then I guess we're going to have to help you do it. Or, there was almost like a timing thing where you had set it up prior to coming, where things were going to happen, and that was going to push you to get things done to what needed to be done, right? So right now I feel like you guys are highly focused, and you guys are going to make the movements to do whatever it is that, yeah, you guys were with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you feel like you guys, the opportunities weren't showing up. I was gonna say it felt like the wheel was turned upside down. I feel like nothing. It felt like nothing was working out for you guys. It feels like nothing you guys were doing was. It just. Imagine, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, right? The Wheel of Fortune literally means like the wheel, and when you're on the right side up, it usually means that, you know, the wheel is turning in your favor, right? It could mean as you know. Anyway, I won't go fully into it, but when it's in reverse, I feel like you felt like you were on the first of all, your fortune wasn't changing, one, and two, I feel for some of you guys were like on the bottom end of that fortune, and like nothing was moving, especially with someone who's a King of Wands, somebody who could actually be quite hurtful, somebody that's fire in a bad way, right? You could be dealing with another fire sign, and somebody who is not in control of their emotions. They're very spiteful. They say things they shouldn't be saying. They say things to hurt on purpose, right? This is somebody that could be very immature with the King of Wands. And I feel like you guys as well also lost your fire. Like you guys lost that. I just heard you lost that love and feeling, but for yourselves. If this was with someone else, that's fine. You guys did lose that loving feeling, but you guys have lost that feeling of Sagittariuses. You guys are just like, you guys are known for like loving life and going out there and pursuing what you need to pursue, and it feels like you kind of just took a knee, right? You took a knee on life. You took a knee on the things that you love. You kind of just, honestly, I want to say gave up, right? But you don't actually give up unless you give up on life. You just took a really long break that went too long, and you guys for a really long time have not you guys haven't lit that fire, right? And what was the first card? There was a fire. It feels like somebody like caused an explosion, and now you're on fire, and if not, you're moving into that energy. Okay, let's clarify focus. I was like, I smell fire, but it's my sage. It's my sage. I keep hearing that song. You lost that love and feeling. Whoa, that love and feeling. You lost that love and feeling from the start. Yeah, the focus on the Emperor. I feel like right now your guys' focus is coming back into your power, coming back into who you once were. And even with the Emperor coming out, I feel like with you guys, it doesn't mean masculine or feminine. I feel like you guys are trying to come back into being the Emperor energy, having your house and home in order, having your money in order, like being in control of your life, taking control of your life, right? I feel like you guys lost that control, and you guys are trying to basically, it's really just giving somebody that kind of has lost everything and is trying to get it back. And I feel like you're starting from scratch, to be honest with you. I feel like you're starting from zero. If not, you're starting from a place where the universe took you very, very low, right? You guys might have to be starting all over again in your lives, right? And I mean, who hasn't started over? The amount of times I've had to start over from scratch is ridiculous. And the whole point of that lesson, and I hope you guys understand this lesson, Sagittarius, is understanding that when you go into certain situations, especially if you're dealing with other people, you never give away all of your sovereignty. In fact, you keep your sovereignty. That way you never have to start over again. You always have something to lay back on, right? Especially if you know that you don't have family or friends that you can, and maybe you do have family and friends, but they just don't have the availability. They don't have anything extra right now, right? Everybody's going through it with everything that's going on, and anything that you had extra, that's kind of the difference has been made up with higher prices, with everything, right? So even in the past when people had extra, right now things are tight for everyone all around. So I feel like even if you do have help, there's just no there's not help to be there's not enough to give, right? And you Sagittarius, is you guys with that fire sign, I know you guys are not fans of asking for help. You guys want to do it on your own, and that's fine. But if there's help, you're going to receive help, right? The universe is never going to be like, oh yeah, we're just going to let you, not get help. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. So I feel like you're basically wanting to come back to be in your Emperor energy and have all your shit in order, right? It basically, the Emperor is like, I'm seeing like the king having taken back his kingdom, having his castle run like clockwork, having his kids happy, having the partner happy. You know what I mean? Like the money's flowing in. There's no shortage of anything. That is the Emperor, right? It's the king, and his house and home are in order, and everybody's happy and doing great, right? With the Lovers, the Two of Cups, sorry. Yeah, with the Two of Cups, actually having giving and receiving here, giving and receiving in life, right? Actually living life where you're actually like, you're working hard and you're working to get things done and get things taken care of, but also having money or having the freedom to be able to go and enjoy life again, right? Being able to go to do fun things. I feel like you haven't done anything fun in a really long time. You haven't done anything fun for yourselves. You guys haven't been able to do anything fun for anybody else, and it's almost like, yeah, I want to give and I want to receive. It's almost like you've taken a little bit of a break of living outside of the matrix. I don't know. You guys take it how it is. Some of you guys are still in the matrix. Some of you guys are not. And I feel like for whoever, either whether you're not or you are, you guys have not been able to enjoy time outside of the mundane, if that makes sense. Okay? Yeah, with the Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you haven't been able to celebrate. There has been no coming together with your friends or family in good ways, right? There's been no celebration. Do you remember those times when we were younger? Especially if you're Hispanic. I don't know about other cultures, but I know that we usually grew up going to parties every weekend. Every weekend. And it seems like as an adult, I haven't been to a party in a really long time. Mind you, life does get in the way, but man, we haven't partied like that in a really long time. It's kind of sad, huh? Yeah, clarifying blessings. Yeah, you got bird on the wire. You have a lot of people just having an opinion on what you're doing. You have people talking shit. You have people gossiping. It's like just all you hear is like birds, right? Just like just talking shit, right? There's a lot of news traveling fast, and who the fuck cares? Like, you know what? If they're gonna talk about you, they're gonna talk about you whether you're doing good or whether you're doing bad. That's the truth. And so I feel like there's a lot of people talking shit here. There's also people that are very manipulative, people that are untrustworthy, talking behind your back, secrets. There's a lot of people that don't support you, and that's okay, because that's not going to stop the universe from helping you, right? Especially when you're getting up and you're fully focused on what you need to do. People are gonna do. You have no idea how many people were talking shit about me, and I was like, bro, I'm just at home living my best life. Literally, I don't go out, I don't do shit, I don't talk to anybody, and I had such a huge fan base of people talking shit about me. Like, what? I was so surprised. I was like, that's strange, okay? But that's when you know that you're doing it right, okay? Because people, when there's nothing to talk about, when you're a boring person, when you're unimpressive, they're not going to talk shit about you. There's nothing to talk about. They talk shit about people that they're jealous of, that they're envious of, that they see, that they know that this person's gonna fucking come up again, because that's all they ever do. They fall down and they get up, and then they fall down again and they get up again and again and again and again and again, right? Because that's what Sagittariuses do. That's what you guys do. Yeah. Clarifying Focus, you got ladybug. And ladybugs immediately, without even like reading the card, ladybugs are good luck. Whenever I see a ladybug, it always lands on us, me and my youngest, and we just let it walk on us. It's really funny. And when it lands on one person, it won't go to another person. It's weird. But we always take that as in good luck, right? And so, yeah, you have a vibrant, abundant life coming in, but you have to continue to stay focused and use that fire to motivate you, right? Shit, use this fucking negative energy that's coming to you. People are like, I don't want that energy. No, give it to me. I'll transmute that shit and I'll fucking make my life fabulous, okay? That's what you need to do. You need to transmute that shit. Like, there's gonna be comfort, there's gonna be leisure, there's wishes that are gonna be coming true. You're gonna have better health, you're gonna have balance, right? You could also be giving birth to a daughter, or you could have, you know, later on, or you could be pregnant now and giving birth to a daughter. Whichever it is, it doesn't matter. Congratulations, right? Yeah, with Scythe, you could have had a sudden loss here. Something unexpected, an accident, a cut, a release. There's a reckoning coming, but I do feel like there might have been, with the Scythe, it reminds me of like the unalive, like the death omen. And so you guys could have gone through a loss, and I am so sorry for your loss, but I feel like this was part of the plan, right? And a lot of people that will bother you and be like, oh, what do you mean that was part of the... Listen, if you look back into, like, you know, planning before you come here and all of that stuff, you'll understand. And even if that bothers you, that's absolutely fine. That can bother you. You can be upset about it, because losing someone is very upsetting. But understand that you can use this energy to push you forward and use this momentum to get up and basically turn your life around, right? But I do feel like there's other things that are coming in that are going to be very sudden and unexpected. Okay? Alright, let's get you guys some guidance, Sagittarius. But good things are coming. Don't worry about the chatter. Literally, you can fucking use that shit for... use it to your advantage, okay? Use it to your advantage. Guidance for Sagittarius. Perseverance and self-esteem and acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Exactly, right? Perseverance, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And then self-esteem, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Yeah, you have a ton to offer, and right now you haven't been given to others, but you also haven't been giving to yourself, which is the worst, right? And then happiness, which is, I feel like, what you're leading to once you're able to heal your heart. All right, Sagittarius, I love you guys so much. I hope this helped. I am so sorry if you guys are going through some rough stuff. And I know things will get better for you guys, okay? I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.